We had so far about aquaponics and aeroponics also. My colleagues Mamata and Jagdish have given a talk. Now coming to the hydroponics, in soilless farming system, hydroponics is also one of the soilless farming system. Overall, the conference today, urban farming and soilless cultivation. So in soilless farming, hydroponic, aquaponics and aeroponics, these three are having advantages for the farmers, agronomists and consumers. Fertile soil is disappearing faster nowadays. So because of climate change and also intensive farming. So soilless farming like hydroponics will be very useful. And then in hydroponics, plants are grown on neutral, solid and inert substrate. This can include materials such as clay balls, even rock wool, and a nutrient enriched aqueous solution provides the plants with water, oxygen, and minerals they need to grow. What are the benefits in soilless farming? Soilless systems are especially interesting where even in polluted places in urban soil, this system can be used in geographical areas where soil is not fertile and no access to soil. For example, Israel like thing, sand, desert. So such conditions we can use hydroponic system. Moreover, this system requires less water than soil-borne based cultivation, which helps preserve this valuable resource water. The installation of such system is also option in areas with limited access to water resource. The third important advantage is this system generates high yield compared to the traditional agriculture. So according to FAO, vegetable yield of soil system is 20 to 25% higher than traditional system because farmers confine the roots in smaller spaces, which means number of plants per square meter is high in hydroponics. If you want to know the meaning of hydroponics, hydro means water, ponos means labor. That means we have working water in soilless cultivation. Hydroponic is day by day growing popularity in the world. There are many reasons for this because it is eco-friendly method of cultivation, minimum use of water, no use of harmful chemicals. Hydroponics is a method of growing plants using mineral nutrient water without soil, and terrestrial plants may also grow with their roots in the mineral nutrient water. How does it work? Plants are suspended in a pH neutral medium. Nutrient-rich water is pumped through, allow the plants to absorb what they need. An air pump oxygenates the water for the roots. The water is recycled until nutrients are nearly absorbed by the plants. Where can be used? Hydroponic can be used. Household to enhance self-sufficiency, in schools to empower our next generation, commercial production, more sustainable communities, eliminate food oasis and climate resilience. Urban agriculture, first preferably in the areas with population density, dense population. If you want to know the history of hydroponics, best examples for hydroponics, hanging gardens of Babylon, Mexican floating gardens, even in the World War II, hydroponics in Western Pacific areas. After plastic boom in 1990s, this hydroponics gained much more popularity, even in space programs, even growing in deserts, vertical farming, even large-scale commercial production. So, all of us, we know it is 7 wonders, Babylon, of the ancient world. So, see this picture. And then floating gardens in Mexico. Coming to India, in India, hydroponics was introduced in the year 1946 by English scientist Douglas, and he established a laboratory in Kalimpong area, West Bengal. He also wrote a book, Hydroponics, named as Hydroponics, the Bengal System. So in hydroponics, there are some advantages, some disadvantages too. Hydroponic technique is green technology and makes use of natural plant growth phenomena in obtaining better results. Industries such as airlines, fast food chains use hydroponically grown vegetables. The cut flower industry, nurseries, and the pharmaceutical industry are other sectors where this technology is being practiced successfully. Less chance of soil-borne diseases in hydroponic system, almost because it's not grown in the soil. Insect and pest infections will be minimized because of greenhouses cultivation or polyhouses. Israel is grows large quantities of berries, citrus fruits, and bananas in the dry and arid climate. Currently, the demand of hydroponic cultivation increased in all the developing and developed countries. Countries like Holland, Germany, Australia, Japan, Brazil, and USA are using hydroponics for the crop production with amazing rich production. Fertilizer use is much lower than soil grown. Plants are grown above ground in a clean environment with good air movement from beneath. Plants are healthier and reach maturity faster. Continuous cultivation in the same land, low labor requirement, maintenance of clean production, and throughout the year production will be there. These are the advantages. Of course, there are some disadvantages too. Initial investment on hydroponic system is very high. And then high level expertise is required. Daily attention is necessary. Specially formulated soluble nutrient must be used. Waterborne diseases can be spread rapidly in recycling system. Finding a market for the hydroponic produce is also difficult. And then where we can start hydroponic system? Yes, you can grow indoor or outdoor. In greenhouses or polyhouses or even open fields, we can grow them. And then there are certain advantages and disadvantages. In open field, we can't control temperature. We can't protect from wind and rain, and protect from the pests is not available in open field, and less loss of moisture to evaporate. So there will be greenhouses, they have advantages. So overall hydroponics, low cost, eco-friendly, highly nutrient food, fresh and healthy, pesticide free or less pesticides, soilless cultivation, and then in less area. So overall in hydroponics, no need of plowing, supply of large amount of fertilizer, and spraying of organic pesticides not required. Of course, any plant can be grown in hydroponics. Almost any system can achieve acceptable growth. Small scale hydroponic is different from the large scale. So these are some facts. And then hydroponic requires best possible light, 50% or more humidity, and temperatures in the day 30 degrees centigrade and night temperature just 18 degrees. And in hydroponics, just like any other plants, they need sunlight, plants, soil, water. So soil is just a medium to provide nutrients to the plant, whereas now in hydroponics, nutritive water is important. Coming to next, photosynthesis is also important because by this formula, carbon dioxide in the presence of water produces carbohydrates and oxygen. So this physiological phenomena is very, very important. So some people may think plants usually in the daytime they produce oxygen or release oxygen, whereas in nighttime they also consume oxygen. So hydroponic systems, if you want to listen here, so various types of hydroponic systems are available, and then we have to choose the best hydroponic system according to our needs. Number one, deep water culture. It is otherwise called as DWC system. NFT system, that is nutrient film technique. Our channels or gutters are used here, which are food grade. That's why it's expensive too. Of course, aeroponics, our friend have already spoken in length. Ebb and flow is another method. Dutch bucket system is also another method. This I am just touching about few important methods which will be useful for the audience. Deep water culture used to float a raft to hold the plant. This can be a thermocol sheet or styrofoam can be used on the nutrient tank. The solution is moved from the tank very slowly to deliver and delivers the nutrients without disturbing the roots too much. So that's why this DWC system is very useful. This is great for the tropical regions because the great temperature stability in the root zone through there can have problems, though they can have problems with dissolved oxygen. That's why we are using the pump, oxygenating pump, so that water oxygenation will be good. So best suitable crops for the DWC, deep water culture: basil, lettuce, okra, leafy vegetables, and broccoli. They are the best suitable. And then What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages in this deep water culture? Of course, deep water culture is very easy to build ourselves, easy to set up and start growing plants, low initial long term cost, low maintenance. Coming to the disadvantages, not all plants are viable to be used in such a system, and efficiency is less, very less efficient. Coming to the NFT nutrient film technique, NFT system use a series of gutters or channels. Solution is run down length of this gutter or channel or tub in a very thin film. This is very common method in greenhouses. A single horizontal plane. It is cheaper to build up, but not very space efficient. This is a kind of hydroponic system. Most people think why they think about hydroponics. When they think of hydroponics, they only think of NFT. NFT systems have a constant flow of nutrient solution, so no timer is required for the submersible pump. So 24/7 it will be continuously running. NFT systems are very susceptible to power cuts and pump failures. The roots dry out very rapidly when the flow of nutrient solution is interrupted. In NFT system, primarily used to grow leafy greens and for a short growing period. Dip and leafy type lettuce is the ideal plants to grow in such NFT system. Growing other leafy system like spinach, broccoli, and certain herbs. Large plants such as cabbage that takes longer to grow are heavier and have large root system are not suitable for NFT system. Advantage here, low water and nutrient consumption, and then unlike media based system, you can avoid problems related to matters such as supply and disposal and cost. Plant roots can maintain a uniform pH and conductivity thanks to regular feeding that prevents localized salt buildup. Disadvantages: if the flow of the nutrients solution stops, the roots will dry out and become stressed very quickly. The channels can become blocked by roots and vigorous growth of plants. Pump failure can cause death of crop in few hours, especially in hot weather. Not suitable to grow plants with large taproot system. So these are the disadvantages. And coming to another important thing, the slope is 1:100 is recommended, and the flow of water 1 liter per minute up to 2 liters per minute is recommended in the channel system. Another important hydroponic system, ebb and flow. It is otherwise known as flood and drain system. This ebb flow system, which is also known as Flood and drain are less commonly seen systems, but they are still quite effective and can be best choice depending on your situation. An ebb and flow system does not expose the roots of your plant to the nutrient solution on constant basis. Instead, you grow in a tray filled with growing media. The most popular system due to its low maintenance and low cost. The tray is flooded with your nutrient solution a few times per day. Flooding is accomplished by using a reservoir below the tray, a water pump, and a timer to schedule the flooding cycles. Maybe 3-4 times, depending on the summer, we may give more cycles. Suitable crops for ebb and flow, best suitable growing seedlings, transplants, and ornamental potted plants. Lettuce can be grown in any hydroponic system, of course. Many types of tomatoes, including traditional and cherry tomatoes, have been grown widely. Radish are another vegetable that makes a good flavor mix. The advantage is low cost, easy to use and set up, good for water hungry plants. Disadvantages: some plants that have low resistance threshold to water exposed will die down. For example, strawberries that have vulnerable corona. Prone to breakdowns. Unstable pH. Last and final method, Dutch bucket system. Dutch bucket system are the heart of the system. They contain media which the plant grow, and they can be positioned to provide plant spacing required for the crop being grown. Their design incorporates many features. They allow them to be central part of very plant growing friendly. They are growing friendly. And then suitable crops. In commercial hydroponics, most commonly grown plants in Dutch buckets are tomatoes. We can grow varieties of beans in this, like tomato, cucumber, beans, peppers, and eggplants, all growing well in Dutch bucket hydroponics. All of them are growing very well. And then what is the advantage here? Can grow many plants at once in a row, can be easier when addressing pests and disease with individual plants. One can simply remove the affected plant and plug the drip hose. Easy to set up, does not make too much space. Less work due to water changes compared to DWC, and then cost effective. Disadvantage is drip line can be clogged. Diseases and pests can be spread very quickly. This is the disadvantage. Of course, there is other grow bag methods, which is solid media used, hanging bag technique also used, and then tuck culture and pot culture also used in the hydroponics. And then, as I told you, we can grow them in open or else greenhouses also. So I'm concluding here regarding hydroponics. I think next speaker will be Bhaskar Rao. I request Bhaskar Rao to join and deliver his talk.